but we are here to help. Western Hospital offers a wide range of cancer services to those in the western suburbs and beyond. We pride ourselves on assisting our community for the past 25 years in the fight against cancer within our friendly chemotherapy unit. Experienced nursing staff are the cornerstone when providing outstanding care. Visit westernhospital.com.au.
Right now, get the 160 kilowatt LDV T60 Max Auto for the price of a manual from only $38,990 drive away. Get your free auto upgrade at a dealer today. LDV, bring it on. T's and C's and exclusions at ldvautomotive.com.au.
Would you like to choose which support workers come into your home and offer your home care support? As one of the few home care providers offering true self-management, Homemade partners with you to design your support plan to suit your needs. By choosing Homemade as your provider, you'll be able to choose the support workers you want from a ready-to-go partner network. And when you find people you really connect with, you can book them again and again. Visit homemadesupport.com.au and book a free consultation today. The iconic Murray Princess has returned to the river with new release cabins available for May, June and July. Join us as the Riverland opens up after the floods. Relax on board the Murray Princess as you explore this incredible landscape with side trips, cultural experiences and see our natural wonders. New cabins are available right now for cruises in May, June and July. Cruise the majestic Murray River in style, but be quick, these will sell out. Book now at murrayprincess.com.au.
Oh, the Blind Factory!
They say that imitation
Hey Fred,
is the
why
highest...
does radio advertising work so well for the Blind Factory?
I think it's about trust. You know, the station has a lot of trust with the listeners and obviously they're telling on air. And that extends to us as advertisers.
Your ads are pretty hard to miss.
The recall is off the charts.
Luckily the song is too. Discover the unlimited ways to make your brand a household name at commercialradio.com.au. Radio. Unlimited.
G'day, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. People buy a solar system to save money and do the right thing by the environment. So why would you buy a battery? Well, people buy a battery because they want independence from the grid. They don't want to be inconvenienced in the event of a blackout and, of course, protect themselves from future power rises. Now, electricity is going up, so whatever your needs are regarding solar and battery storage, you can rely on NRG Solar for the right solution. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowe's.
So, visit Crowe's. And while you're there, join Crowe's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowe's.
Angie McBride, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
It is 9 minutes past 3. We looked out across Hindmarsh Square and we saw a little bit of smoke on the hills. If you see the smoke, it is just a prescribed burn-off. It's planned in the Mount Bold. Oh no, this says Wednesday, Josh. So maybe they've started it early, but we're just trying to find it. We think it might be a prescribed burn-off if you look out over the hills, but we're just trying to find out exactly what it is. Now, Dr. Derek... Hello. Oh, no, hang on. You've got a thingy here. You've got an opener. Oh, gosh. I've got to play your music now.
Pet Talk Back with Dr. Derek McNair.
Oh.
I know. Listen, it's a bit of culture. It doesn't... Not sure it quite suits me, but a bit of culture, a bit of bagpipes
now,
there to...
Dr. Derek,
yes.
You and I have brushed our hair, so you can call us 8223 0000, and you can also watch us while you're waiting on the 5AA Facebook live stream, all thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. So Dr. Derek is here. His advice is invaluable. It's free advice, so get those calls in now.
And you don't get much free from a Scotsman, do you?
No, you do not. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm good. Yes. I'm still enjoying working because it's a nice job.
Yes.
Actually. It has its downsides. I was listening to Andrew before, and it's horses for courses. And as a bit like you, I think, I don't think I could be an accountant, although my accountant's lovely, very, very nice chap. But I'm not sure. I'd rather go into work every day and, pat the odd puppy and,
I couldn't be a vet because I don't have the qualifications, so that would be a disaster. But there is something, and listeners hear me talking about my cat Edna all the time. If you don't, and
she's brilliant though.
Well, see, and I was telling Michael yesterday. So the story behind Edna is that she was born the same year Dame Edna was going into semi-retirement. And, you know, when you get it, I'm like, oh, what am I going to call her? Oh, you look on the news. Oh, yeah, I'll call her Edna because she's a bit of an Edna. She's got a bit of spunk. She's got a bit of style. So, yeah, she's going very well. How are your pets?
And she leads as nice a life as the other Edna led.
She does, for sure. 100%. Yep. She's pretty lucky. How are your pets?
Good. Yeah. I've got 1 dog, 2 cats, all from the RSPCA. So anyone looking, please go to the RSPCA. They have fabulous pets, and they look after them. They check their behaviour, and they do a wonderful job. So my 3, all from the RSPCA, I love them all. They're fabulous.
Yes, they're beautiful. Dr. Derek, as we said, we saw a bit of smoke in the hills there. It is a planned burn off in the Black Hill Conservation Park in the Mount Lofty Ranges. They should be finished by about 7 o'clock tonight. The area to be burnt is 11.8 hectares of land on the western side of the park, bounded by the Black Hill Track and Summit Trail. This is a landscape protection burn to provide a fuel-reduced area in the key part of the Black Hill Conservation Park, and the Summit Trail and Black Hill Track will be closed to day walkers and hikers. No roads are impacted by the smoke, and you can go to the Department for Environment and Water website, and also there is a planned burn-off on Wednesday afternoon at Mount Bold as well in the Mount Lofty Ranges. We've got calls already. Let's get into the calls. Susan from Plimpton, hello.
G'day, guys. And you cannot talk about Edna too much.
Thank you very
exactly.
much.
Exactly. We all love our pets.
To know?
Yep.
What's your question?
I've got a new dog, and I'm finding it hard to love him. So I'm trying to compensate, and I'm making his own food.
Yes.
So I've Googled what vegetables you can put in it, what are dog-friendly, and fruit and seeds and nuts, and I'm mixing it in with either kangaroo mince, because that seems fairly pure, no additives, and tuna and sardines, not all in together, week about. And the cat keeps eating it. Is that mixture all right for the cat?
Does your cat eat normal cat food as well?
The dog and the cat were previously on dry food only.
Yes.
So I'm giving them dry in the evening because I thought that was good for their teeth.
Yes.
And the mush in the morning.
Okay, but your cat eats cat dry food?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. Yep, that's okay. I just had to make sure that your cat was eating some cat food because...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If cats pick at some dog food and you make up stuff, that's absolutely fine as long as they get cat food as well, because if and this is not what you're doing, but cats cannot survive on dog food, but dogs can survive on cat food, and that's because cats have an increased need for some multivitamins and some amino acids, and mainly something called thiamine that they need, which is a vitamin that cats need in much higher doses than dogs.
Yeah.
So if you fed a cat just on dog food, it's not high enough in thiamine, and then the cat would become extremely unwell. If you go the other way around, dogs can eat cat food, but cat food tends to have higher protein, and so that gives the dog's kidneys a little bit of extra work to do. So yes, you need to really stick dogs to dog food, cats to cat food, but if your cat's having mainly its own food and nibbling and pinching a bit of your dog's food, that's absolutely fine.
It's having a big cupful of the meat and veg or fish and veg.
Well, that's
a big
fine.
Cupful.
Yes, that's fine as long as it's still having its dry cat food. Then
of
that's
an
absolutely
evening
fine.
the dry, of the morning the mush for both of them.
The mush. Yes, that's absolutely fine, Susan.
And do you think that's better than me buying stuff? I just thought at least I know it's sort of additive-free and all that.
Yes, I like dogs and cats to have some good quality dry food, because then you know they're getting everything, and that's what I was talking about, the little sort of amino acids and vitamins that they sometimes need in a certain level. So I think most of the diet, or at least half the diet, is good quality dry food, and then the rest can be the fun stuff. I shouldn't say.
And what's your favourite good quality? No, I'll reword that. What brand do you feed your family?
I feed my dogs and cats Royal Canin food.
Oh, good. That's what came with the dog.
Yes, yeah. Royal Canin and Hills and Eukanuba are probably all the premium foods. The good thing about them is they're very good quality foods, but also they should have a money-back guarantee. So if you come into my clinic and bought a bag of cat or dog food and your cat or dog didn't like it, as long as you bring half a bag back, then you'll get all your money back. So there's really a no risk with those ones.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Susan, how are the dog and cat getting along?
They tolerate each other very well now.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And I believe eventually they will kiss. Eventually.
Okay.
They will.
That's nice.
Thanks.
That's very good.
It's only been a month so far.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And, yeah.
Well, good luck with that, Susan, and keep Dr. Derek posted. We'll come back with more of your calls, 8223 0000.
Rowie and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
The golfing gods have smiled graciously on Live Golf. Perfect weather. The course looks sensational. Timmy, it oozes money. No expense has been spared. It is unbelievable.
Rowie and Timmy G.
The atmosphere, the people are loving it, and they're spreading across the whole of the Grange Golf Course.
I reckon we're having a party here, and then a golf game's going to break out.
What's in the way?
4 p.m. weekdays on FIVEAA.
G'day, it's Rory Sloan. Schools, councils and businesses all over South Australia choose Leader Computers for very important reasons. Leader is local and offers exceptional value. No matter what happens, Leader can be on site to fix your problem. No overseas or interstate call centres to deal with. Plus, Leader Computers is a 100% owned and operated South Australian company, offering fast same-day delivery and setup. Grow your business and get behind a Leader. Find your local dealer at leadersystems.com.au.
Our pets, they're such a comfort, and to some of us, they're clearly part of the family. So show them you care and head into your local Cheapest Chips for amazing catalogue deals out this Wednesday.
Yes, there's loads of great deals like the plush donut dog bed, just $34, or check out the puffy dog jackets, only $10.
Call into your nearest Cheapest Chips to grab a 154-centimetre cat scratcher. That's taller than me. A must-have for only $119.
And don't forget to check out the great range of pet food hot buys like Schmacko's beef straps, only $19.99. And a 10-pack of Sparky's Pig's Ears, just $19.99.
Get to your local Cheapest Chips for amazing catalogue deals out now. Even pets live cheaper every day at Cheapest Chips.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. While winning awards isn't our priority, it's fair to say we're very proud to be named among the 3 national finalists in Australia's most prestigious real estate honours, the ARIAs. It's great recognition for all our team's hard work, from front of house through to our most prolific sales agents. One of our key motivations at Toop and Toop is to always do more for our clients. Being ranked in the top 3 agencies in Australia suggests we're delivering on that promise. Go to toop.com.au to find out more.
Menulog's got a finger-licking good deal for you. Right now you can score a free Zinger burger with any KFC Burger Box meal delivered. Hurry, this deal's around for a limited time only and exclusively on Menulog. T's and C's apply. See an app for details.
Super Sipper drink bottles have arrived at Drake's supermarkets. So now you can stay hydrated in style and be the envy of all your friends. Get your free Super Sippers drink bottle when you spend $50 in an eligible transaction. There's 18 awesome drink bottles to collect. It's only while stocks last. Don't miss out. Sippers that are this super won't last long. Get into Drake's and start your Super Sipper drink bottle collection today. Drake's. Ingredients for thirsty days.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Wayne from Go Vita Mount Barker. This month we have a great offer on NutriVital Homeopathics Melatonin 30C tablets. Right now, 130 tablets are only $12.50. That's a massive 40% off the regular price. Always read the label and follow directions for use.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Monopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Angie McBride, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
Dr. Derek is here. You can also have a look at our Facebook and YouTube live stream thanks to Foodland Supermarkets, 8223 0000. Hi, Beryl.
Hello, how is everybody?
Good, thank you.
I need some advice for our dog. He's a 17-month-old Schnauzer. We go to obedience training. As soon as we get in the car, it carries on very upset. We get to the training and he carries on like nobody believes. It's a perfect dog at home. They advise a combi collar, but it just won't settle at all. It carries on as soon as it sees the dogs.
What sort of collar, sorry?
The combi collar. They said that's what they use all the time for their training.
Okay, I'm not sure what a combi collar is actually.
It's got a chain and a collar with it.
Oh, it's got a chain on it?
Yeah. It's half chain and half leather stuff.
Oh, you mean for the controlling? Yes. Yes.
And as soon as we get there, as soon as he sees another dog, it's so upset and everything. They advise Adaptil spray. I know you've said something about that before.
Yes.
But we've been trying that on a necktie, for the last 3 weeks, and it's just not helping at all. Nothing's happening.
Okay. Does your dog... Sorry, what's your dog's name?
Oscar.
Oscar. Does he... So he gets upset when he sees other dogs?
Yes. Very upset.
So he doesn't want to play with them? He actually gets anxious?
No, he gets anxious.
Okay.
And as soon as he gets in the car, it's okay. Sitting in the car, as soon as the car starts, he starts carrying on like very upset, and I don't know.
Yeah, the car thing you can try is just putting him in the car. If you're taking him for a walk, put him in the car, drive out the driveway, get him out the car and start the walk from there.
Right.
So every time he goes in the car, rather than now, he's going in the car, he's going to the obedience classes, and he's getting anxious at seeing the other dogs. So he's associating the car with not a happy ending, if you like. So you want, even if you're going to go to a park round the corner, put him in the car, drive out the driveway, then start him off and take him from the walk from out in the street. So the car becomes associated with a nice experience. Some people even start feeding their dogs in the car. So they actually enjoy getting into the car. So that will hopefully help with the car thing. The anxiety with other dogs, you can try, I mean, the people at the obedience class will probably have ideas, but I always think if you have him 200 metres away from dogs and he doesn't react, then you give him treats. And you keep on giving him treats, and then you move slightly closer and slightly closer. And sometimes dogs are okay with just one dog, but it's a group of dogs that they're not all right with. So in that case, you can maybe arrange to meet a friend who's got one dog, and again, just gradually increase the number of dogs who are in his presence and see if that can help. If it's really bad, then yes, Adaptil I like. You can also get homeopathic anxiety drops. You can get something called Zilkine as well. But if it's really bad, then yes, you have to sort of step up onto more stronger medication, or just avoid the situation. There's a lot of dogs who don't like other dogs, and sometimes it's just easier keeping them away.
Good luck with that, Beryl. Hi, Julie.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you very much.
Hi, about 4 weeks ago, I've got two dogs, a little Pomeranian Cross Chihuahua and Ruby's, sort of similar, a bit, if you can imagine a corgi sort of size.
Yes.
Started with fleas, and I went to the pet shop, and the girl said to me, have you got any problem with, like, pigeons or doves, and she said she reckons that they come from there, because we've never had any problem before.
Mm-hmm.
So she gave me some front line to put on their neck.
Yes.
Did that, I've put flea powder on them, and we're still fine. I've sprayed inside with spray gone for fleas or, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Still keep finding a couple. Have you got any suggestions?
Yes. There's a few things you can do, and you may have done them already, but 95% or even more than that of the fleas are not on your dog. So you said you went around with the Baygon spray. So Frontline's good. Have you got cats as well, or just the 2 dogs?
I've got 1 cat, but I've checked 2 out and I can't find anything.
Okay, still get something for your cat, because they can act as a reservoir of fleas, and 1 flea can lay 2,000 eggs. So you can very quickly have a massive explosion. So you need to treat all the pets, and you can use your spray, have a vacuum, you can get those sort of flea bombs. You need to move your furniture, and because there's 4 stages of fleas, the egg doesn't move, all the others do, and they don't like light, so they go under the settees, under the cushions, behind the curtains. So if you just vacuum in the middle of the room, you're not going to get them. So you need to go in all the little dark places and either get a flea bomb and vacuum there, and really try and clean that out. Also spray their bedding, because there'll be fleas around the bedding. If they get somewhere in the garden, a hedge they lie underneath, spray under there, because they will all be reservoirs for the fleas. And you need to keep going for a couple of months at least.
Hello, Craig.
Oh, hi. Dr. Derek.
Yes.
Have an old cat, 17 years of age. Mother was a Russian blue. Dad was a fellow out on a Saturday night.
Right.
And I have noticed in the last 6 or 9 months, the cat has started to go a bit stiff in the back end, which probably goes along with myself.
Yes.
And he is demanding so much more food than he's ever had before.
Yes.
And appears to be losing weight.
Okay.
Has become quite skinny looking.
Okay.
17.
Yes. It's highly, highly, highly likely you've got a condition that can be treated. So the majority of old cats who start eating bucket loads and losing weight have got an overactive thyroid. It's a very, very common condition, easy to diagnose. You go along to your vet, they take a blood sample, the thyroid level's through the roof, and the treatment's fairly easy. You've got a big choice of treatments. You can either try and get a cure, but at 17, it costs about $3,000. You have to put your cat in one of the 2 clinics in Adelaide that do it, and they give it a radioactive iodine tablet, and you can't get your cat back for at least a week because the cat's radioactive. So, and then you get it home, and that usually cures it. But an easier way is to either give them tablets, or you can get like a liquid gel that you actually put on the inside of the ear, and it gets absorbed through the skin of the ear, and that works really well. So, and they start eating less, and they start putting on weight, and you get back to normal again.
All right.
And there's also, when you're there, Craig, ask your vet, there's a new arthritis injection out for cats, which is very good as well, when it's getting creaky in the back legs.
Hello, Julie.
Yes, look, I've taken possession of a 3-year-old Frenchie.
Oh, that's nice.
I've had him now for 2 months, and he's been perfectly behaved,
Mhm.
and he definitely is toilet trained.
Mhm.
But I had a house guest just recently, and this dog decided to mark his territory in the guest's bedroom and bathroom.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. And I'm telling everybody he's such a beautiful pet.
He didn't like the guest?
Well, I'm not sure what to say.
Is he desexed?
Yes, he was. He was actually desexed just prior to me taking possession of him.
Okay.
So he was quite old. Well, when I say old, he was at least 3 when he was desexed.
Okay. Do you know beforehand if he used to do that before you got him?
No, he didn't. The only thing I can say is he was actually, the lady who owned him had, she was a breeder in New South Wales, and he was a show dog.
Right.
But when I'm with him, I mean, I've had no problems whatsoever.
Right.
But it was just when I had this guest arrive, and I'm telling everybody this delightful dog I've got, and he goes and does that.
Has your guest left now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Earlier than they meant to. But there
Well,
you
actually,
go.
it was my son.
Okay. Okay. So what I would do is I would buy your dog an adaptable collar that we were talking about earlier, which is a pheromone collar that gives off pheromones, and in most cases it helps the dog to relax, because marking out the territory with new people is an anxiety situation. So get the adaptable collar. You can get a whole lot of other things as well. That's probably enough, but don't let him back into that room and the bathroom that he weed in, because he'll smell his own wee, and that encourages him to wee again. So keep him out of that room. Get stuff called urine off to get rid of the smell, or you can use Biozet laundry powder to wash where he's urinated, because that neutralises his own smell. If it continues, probably catch a wee sample and take it to the vet and get them to check to make sure he doesn't have a urinary problem. But the fact that he's just gone there when your son's been there, yes, as you say, it's like a territory marking thing. So adaptable collar, close the rooms for at least a month, and that will hopefully do the job.
Thank you, Dr. Derek.
Pleasure.
Thank you. You'll be back next week with Jade.
Yes, lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
After the break, we'll talk Anzac Day. Of course, it's Anzac Day tomorrow, so we'll have you covered with all the ceremonies and things happening around Adelaide.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. The federal government is flagging new measures to boost recruitment for the Defence Force. Former Governor-General Peter Hollingworth has been found guilty of misconduct over his handling of abuse claims while Archbishop of Brisbane. The pack-up continues at Grange today after the extraordinary success of the Live Golf tournament. And in sport, round 6 in the AFL continues tonight. It's Melbourne v Richmond at the MCG. The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow, 27. Right now it's 26 degrees. We'll have more news at 4, and as it happens, on 5AA.
He's the king of breakfast TV and the chairman of The Power. And each week, David Kosh joins David and Will on 5AA Breakfast.
So watching what so many people thought was a goal, did you think it was a goal at first?
I had visions of Luke Shuey. I said, can I just say, as an old bloke, not great for your kicker. The bloke to be about. It was a pretty good weekend going into the gather round this weekend.
Catch Koshy each week on 5AA Breakfast.
It may not be that exciting to learn that Playford Pavers are one of the few companies that still make their own pavers on site.
Riveting, isn't it?
But what if I told you that because Playford Pavers make their own pavers for driveways, entertaining areas and pathways, you pay a lot less? How good is that? Pay less at Playford Pavers. Visit playfordpavers.com.au.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. On time, on budget, on the job.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Bob Burns Blinds is feeling more-ish. For a limited time only, the more curtains and blinds you buy, the more discount you receive at Bob Burns Blinds. The more, the merrier. With quick installation, high-quality materials, an extensive product range, and first-rate service, now's the time to create those stunning indoor and outdoor living spaces that you've always wanted. Buy more, save more. Book your free measure and quote today at bobburnsblinds.com.au. Conditions apply.
I'm here with Adam at Cherry Glen Osmond to see the new Cherry Emoda 5. What a spectacular looking car, but it's more than a showstopper. Why don't we jump in and take a look? Wow, beautiful interior. So Adam, talk us through some of the features.
It has it all, Will, including customisable ambient lights, custom voice commands, safety tech and so much more.
And all from $33,000, which is insane. Book a test drive today at gocherry.com.au.
Now's the perfect time to try Arbor Vitae, because for 1 week only, get up to 25% off online. Already stocked up on Arbor Vitae? Get in early for presents for the family or for yourself. Arbor Vitae sales are rare, so don't miss out. Head to arborvitae.com.au. That's arborvitae.com.au for 25% off. Or call 1300 879 863.
Did you know the average funeral service runs between 40 to 60 minutes? And in some cultures, it can last for days. For a service that suits your wishes, talk to the team at Simplicity Funerals. simplicityfunerals.com.au.
Too many school kids are bullied and don't tell anyone. May 12 is Do It for Dolly Day, your chance to help Dolly's dream break the silence around bullying. Donate to Dolly's Dream at doitfordollyday.org.au.
Angie McBride, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
In Fort Jade, Robin, after 4 o'clock is Rowie and Timmy G with the sports show, and there's football tonight, so plenty to talk about. 8223 0000. If you've got any ceremonies, anything that you'd love to promote Anzac Day tomorrow, give us a call now. We'll chat now to Bill Denny, AM and BM, a war veteran and RSL South Australia ambassador, joins me now. Hello, Bill. Thanks for your time. Oh, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Bill, it is a very big day tomorrow. What's the RSL's role in Anzac Day tomorrow?
Well, the RSL has a pivotal role, sort of coordinating it on behalf of the state, Angie, particularly in the city where they run the Anzac Eve Youth Vigil for the youth tonight. That's at the War Memorial. It starts at 7 o'clock, and then of course it rolls on. That goes all night. Then it rolls into the dawn service, which is quite significant now. Very big event tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, and then that rolls into. There's an Aboriginal Veterans Commemorative Service that follows that, and then there's the march itself. Which starts at 9:30, and that's the main event, if you like. And sorry, just to finish off, that's what the RSL at Torrens Parade Ground does. But the RSL's all around South Australia. All those little RSLs that people know in their own suburbs. I'm pretty sure nearly all of them will be running commemorative services for the local people, their local residents. The
youth vigil. Can people go and have a look tonight? Or is it sort of fenced off and private?
No, we're very welcome to have a look. It's basically it's just a ceremony that introduces younger people from different organisations. I think there's up to 20 different organisations, the guides, the scouts, the surf lifesavers, the cadet units, a whole range of organisations, and it talks to them about remembrance. It's not a war focused in any way. It's quite the opposite. It's about the importance of commemoration and remembering, and if anything, how to avoid wars in the future.
And just over sort of May, I hear people say a lot, and it's been since COVID. There's not as many services in particular suburbs. Have you seen a downturn of ceremonies not being held, whether it be staff or COVID?
No, not really, Angie. And quite the opposite. In fact, now that if there was a fade out, there was definitely in the first few years, and that's when the RSL introduced the Light Up the Dawn concept, which you might know about, which invites families to go out onto the footpath outside their home and virtually run their own small commemorative service, their own dawn service, if you like, and streets would get together, local people would get together. But that was during COVID when we weren't really supposed to be out and about. Now that's more or less over, but people are still doing Light Up the Dawn. So if anything, you've got Light Up the Dawn as an add-on, and then we're reverting to the more conventional services that we've known for the last 100 years or so.
And tell us about, you mentioned the Aboriginal veterans. Tell us about that, because you've done a fair bit of work in that arena, haven't you?
Yes, that's something I'm very proud of. It's the Aboriginal people of Australia did a marvellous job defending their country when called upon in every conflict. They've been taken prisoner of war, they've been killed, they've been decorated for gallantry, all sorts of things. Little known, and in fact, up until 2014, I think, 10 or so years ago, the Aboriginal community used to regard Anzac, to use their words, as a party to which we were never invited. And that embarrassed a lot of regular services veterans like my colleague Ian Smith and myself and a number of others, and that we worked with Aboriginal veterans to create the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander War Memorial on Torrens program, and to help them help what they did become more recognised by the non-Aboriginal community. And they did some marvellous things.
And you also founded and led the creation of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial as well.
The Vietnam War Memorial.
Yeah.
That was a good project. I just happened to be one of the people that organised it. But yes, it was a great initiative by the Australian Vietnam veteran community and the Vietnamese veteran community, because we have a lot of Vietnamese veterans who, after the war, we left Vietnam, Australia left Vietnam in the end of 1972, and the war concluded for us in 1973. But the Vietnamese fought on until 30th April 1975, and they fought fairly gallantly before they were defeated. And then many of them, recognising what they lost, which is basically democracy, all jumped on boats and made their way to other countries. And we took 100,000 of them, and they've made a marvellous contribution to Australia, and I'm proud to call them my close friends. And yes, we clubbed together and built the memorial, which I think is recognised as probably one of the best of its sort in the nation. I think it's about other than the national one, it's the biggest state one, very highly regarded, which is lovely for all of us.
Because when tomorrow we'll look at the pictures around Australia and around the state, and a lot of people still turn out for the ceremonies and marches. How does that make you feel, Bill?
Oh, well, I think I see it as a national obligation. You know, we've lost 103,000 people serving the nation in the last century or so. You know, these are people, men and women, who've volunteered to go away when our nation's been threatened, or when our government tells us our nation's been threatened, and they go away and they do their bit. And very sadly, you know, 103,000 of them died in that pursuit, and just not right not to honour them in every possible way. And Anzac Day is the principal non-religious day of significance in Australia, and it's a really good way for people to get out and say, you know, thank you very much. And also, Angie, particularly for those that are still around, you know, we've got a veteran I met the other day for the first time up in the hills. He's 105 years and 4 months.
Wow.
And he's a marvellous, marvellous man. Oh, just extraordinary. Still driving, and but you know, all the ones that survived now from World War II, and you'll see many of them in the march. Well, not many, but a few dozen in the march tomorrow. They're all around 100. You've probably seen in the media dear old Chook Fowler, former prisoner of war, the last one in I think South Australia, to been a slave labourer on the Burma Thai Railway when he was captured and spent 3.5 years as a slave labourer. Those fellows will all be out tomorrow, and going to a march, as you just suggested, is a really good way to acknowledge what those people did. I was in the army for a long time, but I had a very passive role when I compare it with dear old Chook, you know, 3.5 years as a slave labourer, working under the most brutal conditions. How do you ever thank a person for that, you know? It's really hard.
Yeah, my Uncle Harry was in Changi. He's not with us anymore.
Oh, okay.
But I have to find the pub. His photo's in the stained glass window at some pub. I have to find out where exactly that is. But yes, it's one of those solemn days, but it's also a sort of happy day for some as well, and it takes us back on a lot of memories. Bill Denny, AMBM, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Angie, a pleasure. Thanks for your interest.
Thank you. Bill Denny, Ambassador for the RSL as well. And there's extra public transport services tomorrow. Well, so I've got Matthew Bowman, Department for Infrastructure and Transport, to tell us all about it. Hello, Matthew. How are you?
I'm well, Angie. How are you?
Good. So we've got extra services tomorrow. Can you tell us about that, when they start, where are they?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've got a large number of extra services tomorrow, upward of 50 actually. So they're servicing all over the metro area, including Mount Barker as well, with the sort of first services leaving as early as sort of 4:40 in the morning to enable everyone to get on into the city for the dawn service, and then followed by the march. So Anzac Day, obviously a very special day for many South Australians and Australians, and we're just really pleased to be able to provide these additional services to help people get to what's a very special day.
And it's free travel for former serving military?
Yeah, look, so there'll be free travel all day, and that applies to all Adelaide Metro buses, trains and trams tomorrow for past and present military personnel who are in uniform, people wearing service medals, and also anyone carrying a Department of Veterans Affairs ID card. And of course, let's not forget that public transport is free all day, every day for South Australian seniors card holders. So certainly encourage everyone to make the most of the services that are on offer tomorrow.
And Matthew, tell us about the Digger Shuttle.
Yeah, so this is a really good service that runs in the CBD. So it starts after the march. It's a fully accessible, free shuttle service which runs clockwise from the Cross of Sacrifice on King William Road to Victoria Square. It goes by North Terrace, Pulteney Street, Wakefield Street, and then back along King William Road. That will run every 15 minutes from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. So that will be a really easy way for people to get around in the city after the march.
And the trams won't be running at certain times to Botanic Gardens or Festival because of the commemoration. Where is that, and will people just have to get off earlier of their tram?
Yeah, so there is a short stretch on North Terrace there where the trams won't operate. So if you're travelling in from Glenelg to the city, the final stop will be at Rundle Mall. And if you're coming in from the entertainment centre, the final stop will be Adelaide Railway Centre. So obviously some road closures and whatnot with the dawn service there. There's also some other road closures, by the way, in various areas around the CBD. Some on North Terrace, Pulteney Street, Grenfell Street. They'll be across the morning through the early afternoon, obviously to allow for the march and for the dawn service. So please plan ahead, and we expect most of those roads to be reopened again by about 1 p.m. There's a full list of those road closures and all the public transport information, including those extra services, at adelaidemetro.com.au, or there's also the phone number you can ring, which is the info line 1300 311 108.
Yes, because I'm working in the morning, Matthew, and I'm trying to figure out if I can. So I finish at 10. I'm trying to figure out if I can get out. I think I can, because it's sort of this side of King William that's closed, isn't it? Or Pulteney Street that's closed. It's not like the pageant where every single thing sort of around is closed.
No, the road closures certainly won't be that substantial. Yeah. But I do encourage you and anyone else, you certainly don't want to get your car trapped in a car park and not be able to get out. So do jump on that website and have a look.
I will, for sure. Thank you very much, Matthew Bowman, Department for Infrastructure and Transport. Thank you for your time.
No problems. Thanks, Angie.
Thank you very much. Shortly we'll talk to Jeff Brock, State Minister for Veteran Affairs. But before we go to the break, hello, Stephen Rowe. How are you?
How are you? A massive weekend of sport. Some say probably the biggest and best weekend of sport in our South Australian history. And be up there. Live Golf was just next level. The eyeballs on that, what it meant to the state, with it being full. It was bigger than any Grand Prix I've been to, and I think it's going to live on, pardon the pun, but it was just absolutely superb. You know, it's changed golf forever, and other countries now will copy that. So well done. Stud after 4:30, Gatritas after 5. We'll speak to both Crows and Port. Massive weekend, can't wait. We'll see you at 4.
Thank you very much, Rowie.
He's got one of the best kicks in the AFL.
Smith has a shot, they're in front. That's better.
And each week, Crow star Brodie Smith joins the FIVEAA Sports Show. Thanks to ACID Couriers. Need something delivered for your business? Don't risk it. Ace it with ACID Couriers.
Hi, it's Sean from Automasters. This outside brake pad is the one we're concerned about.
Now you can see what we see.
If I come down here, this is your front shock absorber.
AutoCam.
So I'd like to flush that system out for you too.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
He wants to run a little engine flush through to help get out that old oil that's in there.
See any issue firsthand. How good? Real-time reporting with instant SMS approval. Call 1300 Automasters. Great service guaranteed.
A strata manager is a strata manager is a strata manager.
Until the lady at Unit 3 brings home 3 dogs and 2 cats, and the bloke from up in Unit 1 starts parking in your spot. Then you need Strata Armour. With rock-solid award-winning service in our DNA, you're in good hands.